If you always feel exhausted, out of control, and life keeps pushing you into situations that make you angry, anxious, or disappointed, then maybe the problem isn't the world, maybe it's how you respond to it. No one teaches us how to master our emotions. No one teaches us how to stay standing when everything collapses. And no one tells us that real strength doesn't come from changing your life. It comes from changing yourself. Thousands of years ago, Stoic philosophers looked straight at human nature, no sugarcoating, no empty encouragement, just truth and discipline. In this video, we're going to break down each ancient quote, not to make it sound good, but to dissect its real value and, more importantly, how you apply it to daily life starting today. Stay until the end because each group of quotes won't just give you a new perspective. It also comes with practical exercise to help you build a mind of stone in a world full of chaos. If you're ready to look back at yourself, we begin right now. Before we talk about success, before we talk about money, relationships, or status, Stoic philosophy always starts with one question: can you control yourself? Because according to the ancient philosophers, if you can control yourself, sooner or later, you'll become a slave to emotions, desires, and circumstances. Master your desires, or they will become the chains that bind your life. This sounds heavy, but it's painfully true. We often think more desire means more motivation. But Stoicism says the opposite. Uncontrolled desire doesn't create freedom, it creates dependence. You want approval, so you fear judgment. You want more money, so you fear losing it. You want to be loved, so you fear being abandoned. And without even realizing it, your life starts being controlled by what you crave. If something can make you anxious when you lose it, then you never truly owned it. Tonight, write down the 3 things you want most right now. For each one, answer honestly: if I lose it, can I still be at peace? If the answer is no, that is your invisible chain. He who conquers himself wins battles no enemy can fight. You can beat other people. You can argue, compete, overpower. But Stoicism says the greatest victory is conquering yourself. Because the most dangerous enemy isn't in front of you, it's inside your head. Procrastination, ego, anger, fear of failure. No one can defeat you harder than you can. You don't need more motivation. You need discipline, so you stop listening to the weak voice in your head. In the next 24 hours, when you don't feel like doing the right thing, don't ask, do I feel like it? Ask, what would the better version of me do right now? And so that. No negotiation. Discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. We hate discipline because we think it takes away freedom. But Stoicism sees what the modern world misses: lack of discipline is the real pricing. No discipline means you depend on emotions. No discipline means you chase inspiration. No discipline means you always start but never get anywhere. Discipline doesn't make you suffer. Discipline frees you from inner chaos. Choose one small habit: wake up 5 minutes earlier, work out for 1 minute, or write 1 page a day. Commit for 6 days without quitting. Not because of feelings. Not because of mood. Just because you promised yourself. Control your reactions and you control your destiny. You can control what people say, what happens, how life treats you. But you can always control your action. And Stoicism believes this: your destiny is decided in the moment you act. The same event: one person explodes, their life turns downward. Another stays calm, their life turns upward. It's not what happens to you that defines you. It's how you respond to it. For the next 7 days, when you feel triggered, pause for 3 seconds, take a deep breath and ask, does this region help me become who I want to be? If not, stay silent. Silence is power too. True power lies in choosing virtue over impulse. The modern world worships fast reaction, speaking bluntly, living by emotion. But Stoicism says real power is the ability to not act on instinct. not speaking when you're angry, not acting when you're impulsive, not deciding when emotions are driving. Anyone can react. Only the strong can restrain themselves. Every day ask yourself, what did I restrain today? Where did I choose virtue over impulse? Write it down. Because silent victories build the most lasting character. If you only learn one thing from this group, remember, no one can destroy your life faster than you, and no one can save you more powerfully than you. In the next part, we're going into the mentalness wisdom, where Stoic philosophers teach you how to keep your mind clear in a world that constantly tries to make you lose control. If you're ready, keep going. If you can control your mind, then no matter how disciplined you are, eventually you will collapse from the inside. Stoic philosophy isn't treated to make you positive. It teaches you something far harder, staying clear-headed while everything around you is chaotic. A calm mind is stronger than the sharpest sword. The world worships outer strength, a loud voice fast reaches power. But Stoicism says a calm mind is the ultimate weapon. An angry person can be intimidating. But a person who isn't controlled by emotion is a person who can't be defeated. Because you can't manipulate someone who doesn't react the way you expect. Every day take 5 minutes, no phone, no sound, just sit and watch your thoughts. Don't fix them. Don't judge them. Just watch. You'll be shocked how much else comes from inside you. Anger clouds judgment, restraint sharpens wisdom. Anger makes you feel powerful. But in reality, it makes you stop it in the moment. Stoicism doesn't say never get angry. It says don't make decisions when anger is driving. Because every decision made in rage gets paid for later with regret. If you can control your anger, someone out there is controlling your life. When you're angry, delay all reasons for twice the worst. No texting. No decisions. No arguments. 90% of problems disappear on their own once the emotion cools down. Wisdom begins the moment you stop blaming others. Blame is a natural reflex. It makes the pain feel smaller. But Stoicism calls blaming a delay of wisdom. Because when you blame, you hand your power to someone else. You truly grow up when you can say, what part of this is my responsibility? Whenever there's a problem, write down 3 things you could do differently. You don't have to be perfect. Just take responsibility. That's where wisdom begins. When the ego is silent, clarity appears. The ego always wants to be right when be recognized. But the ego also distorts the truth, makes you defensive, keeps you from learning anything. Stoicism believes when the ego goes quiet, you see things as they really are. You don't need to always be right. You need to understand what's right. In conversation, try not to argue back immediately. Try to listen all the way through. Try asking, is there a chance they're partly right? Humility is the doorway to wisdom. Silence often teaches what words never can. We talk too much. We explain too much. We defend ourselves too much. But Stoicism teaches this: silence isn't weakness, it's control. Silence gives you time to think, space to observe, and power without showing it. Not every battle needs words. Some battles you win by not joining. In the next 48 hours, cut 50% of unnecessary talking. Observe more. React less. You realize a lot of problems only exist because you joined too early. A chaotic mind will destroy an entire disciplined life. But a calm mind can stand steady through any storm. In the next part, we're entering a devious nurse trinket, where Stoicism doesn't take you to avoid pain, it teaches you to turn pain into strength. If you're still watching, you've already gone farther than 90% of people out there. No one told you this early enough. Suffering isn't your fault, but avoiding it is. Stoic philosophy isn't promised to make your life easier. It promises only one thing: if you understand adversity correctly, it won't be able to destroy you. Your character is revealed not in comfort but in hardship. Everyone is kind when things go smoothly. Everyone is calm when nothing is threatened. But Stoicism asks a different question: who are you when everything is against you? When you're tired? When you're treated unfairly? When no one is watching? Adversity doesn't create character. It reveals the character that was already there. Think back to the last time you struggled. How did you react? Did you blame or take responsibility? Did you avoid or face it? Don't judge yourself. Just observe. That's data for growth. Hardship is the teacher that comfort can never replace. Comfort teaches you nothing. It only keeps you in the same place. Stoicism believes every hardship carries a lesson, whether you want it or not. The question isn't, why is this happening to me? It's, what kind of person is this training me to become? If you don't learn, the lesson comes back in a more painful form. For your current problem, right? What weakness is this challenging in me? If I overcome it, where will I be stronger? This is how Stoicism turns pain into training. Accept what you cannot change, and you gain unbreakable strength. We feel exhausted not because of circumstances, but because we fight what cannot be changed. Stoicism calls this the greatest waste of human energy. You can control the past, other people, many events in life, but you can control your attitude toward them. Acceptance is not surrender. Acceptance is stopping yourself from beating yourself with useless resistance. Write down 3 things that are frustrating you. Circle what you cannot change. For each one, say quickly, I accept this, and I will focus on my response. Peace starts here. Adversity doesn't ask if you're ready. It comes when it wants. But Stoicism teaches a cold truth: it's not pain that makes you weaker, it's how you see it. In the next part, we'll move into Virtue Chapter Hanner, where Stoicism teaches you how to live correctly in a world that judges reward and treaty. If you're still here, you're not just watching this video, you're training yourself. The modern world teaches you how to look right. Stoic philosophy teaches you how to live right. And those 2 things rarely look the same. The Stoics don't care whether you're praised or not. They care about one question: who are you when no one is watching? Do not chase honor, live rightly, and honor will follow. We live in an age where everyone wants recognition, likes, views, fame. But the Stoics warn chasing honor is the fastest way to lose it. Because when you live for praise, you'll eventually trade your principles for approval. Honor doesn't come from what others think of you. It comes from whether you can respect yourself. Tonight, ask yourself, if no one knew, would I still do this? If the answer is yes, you're living correctly. The one who seeks control over others loses control of himself. The desire to control others usually comes from inner fear: fear of betrayal, fear of losing power, fear of not being a no. Stoicism says the more you try to control others, the more you lose control of yourself. Because you place your peace in someone else's hands. The strong don't need to control anyone. They only need to control themselves. In relationships, notice where you try to control. Ask, what am I afraid of? Letting go of control doesn't make you weak. It makes you free. Speak less, observe more, and you will understand deeply. We speak to prove we're right, fill silence, hide uncertainty. The Stoics chose a different path: observe before you speak. Because those who talk the most usually learn the least. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You need to be the most aware. In your next conversation, speak less than usual. Ask more questions. Observe body language and tone. You'll notice this truth often lives in what isn't said. Virtue is not something to display. Character is not something to market. They are what you carry with you when everything else is taken away. In the final part, we'll talk about simply freedom, a philosophical way of living where Stoicism shows you this truth: you don't need more to be happy. You need less, but better. If you've made it this far, you're not just listening to philosophy. You're laying the foundation for your entire life. After discipline, after emotional control, after adversity, virtue, and character, Stoic philosophy leads you to a quiet conclusion: most human suffering comes from needing too much. Live simply so your spirit may stand tall. We live in a world that constantly tells you you're not enough, you need more, you must be ahead of us. Stoicism says the opposite: the lighter the load, the straighter your spirit stands. Not because you have less, but because you're carrying less. You're not exhausted by life. You are exhausted by unnecessary weight. This week, remove one unnecessary thing: an object, habit, relationship, or expectation. Notice the sense of lightness. That's freedom in its rawest form. A man's true wealth is measured by how little he needs. Society measures wealth by money, assets, status. Stoicism measures it by independence. The more you need, the easier you are to control. The one who needs the least cannot be robbed of what matters. Ask yourself, if I lose this, am I still okay? Am I tying my worth to it? Reducing needs is the fast way to increase inner strength. Patience is not weakness, it is discipline power. We're taught to be fast, reek fast, succeed fast. But the Stoics believed patience is the mark of self-mastery. Impatience means your emotions are in control. You're not slow. You're moving at the right pace for you. For 7 days, delay reactions. Don't rush outcomes. Practice waiting without anxiety. You're training something stronger than a skill: inner power. Live as if your actions were lessons for generations to come. Stoicism constantly reminds you your life isn't just yours. Every action, every choice, every moment you hold your principles leaves a trace. If today were a lesson for others, what would you want them to learn from you? Every night, ask, which action today am I most proud of? If someone followed my example, would I be okay with it? Living consistently is how Stoicism turns a human life into a quiet legacy. Stoic philosophy doesn't make you happy overnight. It makes you steady. It doesn't promise ease. It promises clarity. When you need less, reek less, and live rightly, the world loses its power over you. If this video helped you reflect on yourself, keep it as a reminder. Not to change the world, but to keep the world from changing you. We end here. But the journey has only just begun. If you've made it to the end, you're probably not looking for short-term motivation. You're looking for stability. Stoic philosophy doesn't promise to make you happier overnight. It's just one thing: it helps you not break when life pushes you to the edge. You don't need to change everything today. Just remember one quote from this video: when you're about to weak too quickly, lose your temper, or compromise with yourself, that alone is progress. Stoic Quotes was created not to make you feel good temporarily, but to help you think clearly, live rightly, and stand firm longer. If what you just heard made you slow down a little deeper, sink a little deeper, subscribe to Stoic Quotes. Not for the algorithm, but because every video here is a quiet reminder to not lose yourself in a noisy world. We can control tomorrow, but we can control how we live today. See you again in the next video from Stoic Quotes.